breathing out. And it's very different than breathing in.
You know what, you're absolutely right, and I think we need to add a science portion to this podcast. What do you guys think?
Victor, yeah, I can tell by his face,
Wait,
even though he's not saying anything.
This is Good Pod. Welcome to the Transmit Podcast, where Victor has decided to nod into the microphone.
He's nodding, everybody. I'll interpret his
Stop
movements.
headbutting the microphone. I'm your host, Spike.
I'm Victor.
Amanda.
And today we're going to talk a little bit about the most recent Galactacadia we did.
Yeah.
And how we feel it went. I really liked it. I think it told a really good story.
Yeah. Maybe it was just in my head, but I felt like a special little buzz about that show. I felt a little bit different than the other ones that we've done.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had cowboys.
We had cowboys.
I was a
epic.
cowboy.
Yeah, you were a cowboy.
It was great. Let me tell you, I had bruises on the backs of my arm from doing that stunt, quote unquote, for like weeks. I think I still do, maybe a little bit. Do you
Nope.
see?
But you've got a wicked farmer's tan. Like,
Okay.
that is something
That is-
else. That's pretty severe.
Yes, I know. Don't
It's your
remind
job,
me.
huh?
Yes, my
Why
job.
don't you just roll up your sleeves?
Or wear long sleeves or a sunblock. There's options.
But-
There's options.
I know, but I always get lazy and I just throw on a shirt and then leave the house. But let's get back to the instead of making fun of my skin
I can't
color.
unsee that, though.
Okay, we're gonna talk about
And
the
we
show.
filmed that like almost 3 weeks ago now,
I know, right?
and you still haven't really healed from that.
I have not, like, emotionally or physically. Yeah, basically, I was the main cowboy because I can do the best, like, old timey cowboy voice. I think.
Well, that's
Who-
debatable.
Who
Okay.
were the other ones? They were good enough that I didn't recognize
All right,
them.
so should we tell the secret, the truth of who the other cowboys were?
I think we should. She deserves
Okay,
to know.
Victor was
Have-
one of them, right?
Have
Yeah.
you seen? I showed you the video, right?
I saw it at the show because I was under the ring.
So what we're talking about is that Galactacadia, parentheses 6 end parentheses. I went up against. I'm not sure if I want to say worked, wrestled. I'm not sure the terminology.
I think. Well, it's.
But I performed with.
There you go. Say you worked.
I worked. One of my trainers, one of my main trainer,
Oh yeah, he's a great guy.
Mike Rapata.
Yes.
Except his gimmick now is the Colorado Kid, which is kind of like a tall tale character, like
Old
a Paul
West,
Bunyan,
yeah.
Johnny Appleseed type dude.
Luckiest gold panner in the West.
You know, like very big, kind of like as big as the Tetons. You know, kind of. He looks like he's the desert. He looks like the Arches. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking
And
about.
he does like.
He looks like a national forest.
like
Mhm.
mascot. Like he'd be
He
the guy
looks
like
a log and the saw at the same time.
not a well-known
If
national.
you took acid, you'd trip out.
You'd get it.
Not
you'd
yet.
get it.
Not like a well-known national forest mascot, but like a second or third tier one in like Idaho.
Like
But in the
Cleveland National
Yeah.
Forest.
In the Super Awesome Showdown universe, though, he's like the big one.
Yeah.
The Colorado Kid is
The
like
Colorado Kid.
the main one. He's a gold panner, and Vic Valentine was down on his luck, and he wanted that lucky gold pan,
Yep.
which is revealed in the match. I think we're spoiling it. So
Well,
many
I mean,
spoilers.
it's happened in the past.
This is fine.
Yeah, this isn't like the next Avengers. It's not like, there's a moratorium for like a couple of weeks.
Every story element is a spoiler.
Well, yeah, literally everything is a spoiler. Like the fact that we had a show is technically a spoiler.
I know it's true. The fact that we
Like
we
if I-
called it Galactacadia. The match has come out as a spoiler, for the internet fans, who are just watching it on YouTube.
Yeah, so
But he's introduced by a very special video that we filmed. We went all out because it's Galactacadia,
yeah.
and we went to Choyas Lake, which I guess looks kind of wildernessy. Looks kind of like a national. It's kind of like San Diego's own little preserve, isn't it?
It is.
Have
It's
you
really
been there?
nice.
And probably.
Have you been to Choyas Lake?
I've been all over the city.
Let's assume she has, but it's a little lake in a park, and it's great.
And so it was the main bandit,
I was. And I contest this because I can do a really good cowboy voice.
and also
I did like the line you did.
Thank
I'll
you.
trade you lead for gold. Or
Exactly.
Something like that.
we got a story about that line.
We do.
But I'm gonna give away the other bandit. So it was me. I was one of the bandits.
What?
Yep.
And the third bandit was actually Keith.
AKA
Oh,
Orion
okay.
Odyssey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you guys did a good job
We
staying
really did.
It was pretty.
camouflaged or in
Incognito.
in character.
We were
they
in
had
character.
they had handkerchiefs over their faces.
We did. I felt like super old westy. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Those handkerchiefs, of all the products to be bought from a dollar store, I think those got some pretty good life out of them.
Oh yeah,
They
whether
get
you
to be
use them for
more-
other stuff.
What?
You ever use them for other stuff?
For boogers.
Yeah, I guess we could use them. I have
use
them.
them for
Well,
boogers.
Over here in the
way
costume
the
bin
way
now.
you said it, it sounded like, oh, I've got those like a year ago, and I've been using them for all sorts
I
of
bought
stuff.
them that day.
Okay, never mind. So not a lot of good life out of them. You use them for
Well, I'm just
literally
saying
one thing.
of the things that come out of a dollar store.
Okay, there we go.
I think these guys had a special life. They could have just gone to like someone's
that's-
do-rag or something like that, or
Let's
someone's
chill out with that. But yes,
someone's, like,
They could just be in a landfill right now.
They could be in a landfill.
polluting the earth. But no, they were a costume.
But that line,
Mhm.
I'll trade you lead for it.
trade you some lead for it.
That was actually Mike
that-
came up with that line.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
really?
told me.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I know Derek told me to say that, but I didn't know Mike came up with that.
Yeah, Mike came up with it. He's like,
Did we give him a producer
because
credit?
we're like,
or-
give me that gold, and he's like, no, it's my gold.
Yeah.
And then we're like,
It's mine.
and then what do you do? Say, well,
We'll trade you some lead for
we're
it.
trying to figure out what to say,
Yeah,
what you would say. And then he's like, how about I trade you some lead for it?
and that was beautiful.
And then I guess Derek told you to say that.
He did, and
And then you said it.
that's how acting works.
Yeah.
Like they listen. This is acting 101.
You come up with a line, and then someone delivers the line.
Yep.
To
Nailed
the
it.
best of their abilities.
Nailed it.
Let me tell you.
You know what he didn't nail?
Oh God.
When I asked him,
Women. I was just
no,
kidding.
okay,
whoa.
that too. But I asked him to hand me the jug of milk after I came out, and he was like, "Who are you talking to?"
I don't know. It was someone attractive.
Deep
I hope.
in conversation, was talking to someone, and I was like,
I
"Give me
thought-
my milk."
I thought it was for part of the. I thought you were gonna be doing more stuff in the match. Okay.
No,
I
it was after the match. I literally said it's the easiest thing you're going to have to do.
Yeah, okay.
After the match, I'm going to come out and ask for it.
Okay.
That's it.
90% of the time, I execute my job well and promptly, and I will take full responsibility for this small amount of mistakes I make. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm
Was-
very sorry that I failed in your dairy product delivery.
Was the milk supposed to come out sooner? I felt like everything flowed pretty
It
well
was
from
fine.
my perspective.
You know what? It's fine. It was fine. But it's just funny because it really was literally like the easiest thing. And I look over and I was like, someone bring me my milk, and I'm like gesturing and I look right at him and he's not even looking at me. He's turned and talking a whole conversation with someone else.
I don't even
So then
know.
I like leaned over the ropes and I was like, give me the milk.
God damn it. Hey, do me a favor. Back off the mic a little bit for that. I'm getting a lot of breath and then there you go. Just a little bit. There we go. No, yeah, that was...
I see. If
I felt bad about
didn't
that.
know, I didn't know. I thought that the Colorado kid was jumping back through the portal with
The pan?
The pan,
yeah, not that...
which is a sled, the kid's sled. And so I thought I was supposed to come out with it. That's why I didn't think I'd have hands for the milk.
Ah.
So I could have done it.
But yeah, well, you know what?
I could have just brought it out. But whatever.
Okay, so next time we need to get our stage direction a little better.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Does Stone Cold though walk out to the ring with beer? No, someone from
That's the
off
thing.
stage
It's
throws
true.
it at him.
That is true.
Oh my God. Okay.
So Hilda should be the same way. She shouldn't, have to get her own.
It's
milk
true.
jug.
It's really true. I want
Okay.
to come out in a giant milk carton next time. So.
Why don't you get 2 milk cartons?
Oh, yeah, we can-
and kinda, like, smash them together.
Oh yeah.
That's been done, but like it'd be cool if you did it. Like, two
Okay,
of
never
them,
mind. I was
like the Stone
imagining
Cold
my
style.
my version of what I just said was I want to come out in a milk carton, and then you're like, get 2 of them and smash them. And I was like, who's in the other one?
It's like those inflatable ball things that people like to run into each other in.
Wait, you come out and then you break out of the milk carton.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe it's like your birthday, Vic, and it's like a sexy like happy birthday, and like coming out of a cake, but instead it's a giant milk thing.
Yeah, and I'm thinking it's gonna be someone else, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
think it's like a stripper.
So yeah.
Because there's a drawing of like a really sexy chick on it.
Yeah, she
then-
drinks milk.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we do is we
And then
Sexy
it's
milk
you,
drinker.
and then
it's me.
And then I get to do like my favorite, like how I'd react to that expression.
Yeah.
Wait for all the cameras to get there, so I
Yeah.
had 3 different camera angles of my surprise and my shock and disgust.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. So wait, if we're doing
It's
this,
hard to like nail those. You got to put all those expressions together.
So yeah, if we're doing this live, like during a show, all you have to do is like pretend like this big milk carton's heavy when you put it over the ropes, and then she crawls up from the back of the ring, right?
I didn't even get that far of how we're gonna get the milk
Boom,
carton
I-
in the ring.
Boom! I already solved your problem. Congratulations.
Okay,
the
would the
best.
milk carton be full of milk? So when you popped
No,
out,
it's just
it
me.
just like flows milk.
It's like
just
those
flows
fake
out.
cakes
Just
that
like-
a stripper comes out of.
like
Yeah,
a dam.
It's cardboard.
Like, it's like under siege. Like, you know, it's not. She didn't jump out of a real cake and show her boobs. It was just. You don't need to show your boobs, just so you know.
Okay.
We're not going to demand that. Are we going to demand that? Victor?
If we did, we'd probably
You'd
censor
have
it.
to pay me a lot of money.
I don't have a lot of money. Okay, you know what? Let's drop that. This is getting weird.
we'd censor it.
Okay,
And
like
that
in
probably
real
wouldn't happen.
in
No.
real time.
Maybe that'd be kind of cool, huh?
If
Like
we-
we've never seen that.
I
It'd be
think
very Technomania-esque to do that, huh?
Yes.
Have big black bars.
you just have like one of those tops that's just like a thin. What are those tops that's like? It's not a tube top because the tube top goes down to like the rib cage. It's just like a napkin that goes
bikini?
around. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's just it looks like a black bar around somebody's. Like that's my favorite top to see around town when it gets to summer in San Diego.
Yeah.
Is
It's
you-
a bikini top.
Real life censorship.
Real
just like
life
you're
censorship.
watching.
Yeah.
Or you know what would be cool? Like a top that was like those pixelated blocks.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh,
flesh
that'd
color.
be funny.
I should get a pair of shorts that's like that.
But that's on the internet.
Oh, that reminds me. I had a product I was going to run by you guys later, but I think
Okay.
that's enough show talk. What do you guys
I
think?
feel like we hardly touched on Galactacadia, but I guess we could do that at the next.
Yeah, we have another episode
Yeah,
coming up,
episode.
like for you, the listener, later in the week. Okay, so do you guys want to do the boys, or would you like to do the boys in the next episode?
We could do the boys.
The
Have
boys-
you seen the boys?
Yeah.
She has seen the boys,
Mhm.
so
The whole
yeah,
thing.
The whole thing.
All right.
so have I. But we're only gonna talk about like the first episode, right? Is that the plan?
Okay, I'll see what I can remember from the first episode.
I know, me too. All I remember is that the fast guy runs through the main guy's girlfriend.
Yeah, I remember the beginning and I remember
That's
the end.
about it.
I probably should have mentioned that this was going to be a spoiler episode before we started saying that. I'm not going to put that in there though. Okay, so spoiler alert: his girlfriend dies in the first episode. Okay, but yeah, I knew that was kind of coming from the way they were kind of like really kind of saccharine sweet with each other, and they were about to kiss, and I said, she's about to die.
You saw that coming?
Something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming because I was kind of half paying attention anyway.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay,
Let's
they're
see what
setting
else
up these
happens.
characters. They're setting up these
yeah.
characters, and then like something happens,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what just happened? Why did it all of a sudden get slow motion?
Yeah.
And then I look at I don't look at the screen at all times when I'm watching.
Me neither.
So I look up at the screen, and then like it's like slow motion, and he's looking into like nothing, right? It's just the rest of the city behind him. I'm like, where'd she go? Did
What's
she
happening?
vanish? Then I see like
then you see
know,
globs
globs of stuff.
blood.
and it's just very Watchmen-esque actually.
Really? Yeah, it really is.
It's like
They-
when Dr. Manhattan like when he
Vaporize somebody.
vaporizes
He doesn't vaporize him. He just gooifies him. Because if he vaporized him, they'd be like mist.
Yes.
Spoiler alert. You mean when he kills Rorschach?
Yeah, or anyone really, because there's a lot more gore left over. It's not like he doesn't like to he could like literally just atomize them,
Yeah.
but he goes with like the grossest way possible of,
Just splats people.
and there's literally like rib cages and sinew everywhere. And I get it, it's for dramatic effect, but it's also insanely gory. You
I
think
know.
if you were like a super being that is more interested in just getting things done efficiently, there'd just be like vapor left, or it'd be like when Thanos snapped the finger.
It's probably like artistic
Choice.
choice
Yeah.
there.
So,
Because like, you know how we step on roaches?
Yeah,
They splat and stuff.
right. But we don't
And so
have
it's
the
like he's above humans, and to him they're like humans are just like roaches that he just splats.
no. I
I
don't-
wish we could just atomize all
The
the,
roaches?
pests in our life, like rats and roaches and spiders and stuff. But now we have to watch their death. We have to see them.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's
Destroyed.
like that would be like if we could atomize the roaches, but we chose not to crush them with our mind powers. Okay, so yeah, that's what the deal is. So but back to the boys. No, I really love that because I was wondering like how gross is this gonna get? Because I knew she was dead the second like something like they shifted to just him, and there was like an air cannon of like air on his face, and I'm like, okay, she's dead. But who killed her, and like how bad is it gonna be? And then it pans, and you see just chunks.
Yeah.
And I was like, they went all the way, and I really appreciated that,
And then
honestly.
you see a very generic looking kind of superhero.
Yeah. And he's like, I can't stop. And he just,
And
he's just left there, literally holding her hands.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that's like intact, really. Coated like half his face in blood.
They should do a MythBusters to see if that's actually like what happened.
Oh,
They
that
should get like those ballistic gels dummies, and then like
Just
hit
have
it
a
with a
dude
truck
run-
or something.
with a
Hit it with a
truck.
race car,
Ooh, that'd be great.
and then have someone holding the hands.
Yeah, because why wouldn't he get knocked over too?
Well, I think that's one of the things. A friend of mine says that like the Flash in DC is the most powerful superhero because he has to be able to like hit like dust molecules that would like kill you if you hit him at the speeds he was going. So I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, if there's like I think that's just kind of the cheat they do when they just say.
Yeah, I mean, at the time when I saw it, I bought it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, still holding her hands. It's gross.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was great.
I get it.
And yeah, I really liked that. He was messed up. You could tell he was kind of a wuss, and I like how he went like through this whole process of still being like stepped on by everybody in his life. Like he slowly starts to go from like, no, I'm just gonna sit here, to like him in his head now starting to yell at people, and then finally just like starts like doing the spy work. Because Carl Urban like jumps in at a certain point. And
Billy
like,
Butcher.
Billy Butcher, and let me tell you, I love Carl Urban.
It was a really good job in this show.
He's my new man crush.
You know, if they had to reboot the X-Men, and they needed like a new Wolverine,
Carl Urban.
I think Carl Urban would be the new
I think he'd do
Wolverine.
good. I think he's already Canadian. I think that was a meme I saw. He's already Canadian.
He's New Zealand.
Is he?
He's New Zealand. No.
New Zealand.
Oh, New Zealand. Well,
He's a Kiwi.
close enough. Anyway, no.
And then we have Starlight. She's training.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That's the other story. Is she's like that. It's like the show is partially like sports metaphor, partially American Idol or
Or like
making a star thing.
politics too, because they talk about like you're trending, it's very like topical.
Very
and
social
modern.
media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're trending, you're up, your approval rating is up.
Also, they're like celebrities. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a blend of all the
They're like if-
sports,
Yeah.
celebrity, and online personality.
But they actually have like power.
Power,
They do
power.
have power.
Yes.
Like actual physical superpower.
like if Robert Downey Jr. was actually Iron Man
Yeah.
in real life.
Yeah, he'd be he wouldn't just be like the guy you kind of talk about every now and then. Actually no, they really make him a celebrity in that too. They just never really show him like doing celebrity stuff because he's a superhero, but he still like signs autographs. People have his visage tattooed on him.
Who's that? Which
I
character?
think it was in Iron Man 2.
Oh yeah.
He runs into that tech guy.
the best of the Ironmans.
No, or maybe it was 3. It was the one with the extremis.
The
When
Extremis?
Gwyneth Paltrow was made into an extremis person, and they just kind of say, "I'll solve it" at the end. Which one was that?
These came out like
Iron Man 3 is
like
where
15 years ago.
Gwyneth Paltrow gets the power.
Okay, that's the one. So it was Iron Man 3, and yeah, that's the one where like he runs into a guy. It's like, well, it's a tattoo of a doll I made of you, which is totally what a crazy fanboy would do, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty realistic.
Yes, and so, but yeah, this really tackles that more because she doesn't like try out like in her crime fighting ability. She tries out as in like her ability to like reach out to a market, right?
I think though she doesn't know that at the time.
yeah, exactly.
She really doesn't know what she's getting herself into.
And I think that's one of those other classic stories that they kind of fold into the superhero story of like this girl makes it to like Hollywood or whatever, and she finds out.
She's very naive.
Yeah.
She definitely thinks she's going to be a superhero.
And then what happens when she meets the Deep?
The Deep.
Oh
She gets
yeah,
a dick in her face.
she gets a dick in her face.
They don't show it.
They don't show that, but they show his ass, and he's like stroking it.
And then they show her vomiting at the end.
Afterwards.
After that scene.
Look, if Fishman put his dick in my face, I would vomit too.
I think she straight up sucked it.
I think she did too. Like, because afterwards, she's really like pissed off at him. Not like, and that wasn't in her face. Like when they first show him without his pants, he was across the room.
Yeah. And she swallowed his semen.
What does he eat? Ha ha ha.
Well, they show him eating like all sorts of stuff, like like yoo-hoos and stuff.
Oh
like
God.
when he's in depression.
Oh man, that's the worst.
But
The Deep?
that's later
Well,
on.
I mean, like, because he's part fish.
Yeah, so he
Does
has
he
fish
eat
friends.
other fish because he has fish friends? So does he eat other sea creatures like
don't think
smaller,
so.
like sardines?
I don't
does
think
he
so.
eat kelp?
No, because he has like a love for the ocean. He's like saving dolphins ineffectually and stuff.
But does he eat like seaweed?
Maybe seaweed. I'd say
Krill?
seaweed.
Does
Maybe.
he eat krill?
But a lot of land. I bet he eats mostly land stuff. They don't show him like eating anything besides that junk food when he's depressed. But that's
Pineapple? You know what they say about pineapple?
Oh yes, I do, Victor. Don't I?
You do.
Yes.
Okay,
I
it's
actually-
established. Spike knows.
What if they had him eating like sushi and stuff? And like
That would be.
seafood. Like he's supposed to be able to talk to them.
What if like a billionaire hired him for those parties where women lay out and people eat seafood, eat sushi off of them? Have you seen that before?
Yes, I have.
Like
Yeah.
they hire models to have people eat like sushi off of them. They put like saran wrap on them.
That sound well, okay. So they put
Saran
saran
wrap?
wrap. See, I've seen the movie version of that where they don't put saran wrap on them.
Right, the movie version they don't have.
It's way
They're less
sexier.
concerned with like
Health
you know,
code violations.
yeah, health code violations of uncooked meat, uncooked fish on someone's body.
Literally, I'm gonna eat this off your labia. Here we go. I can't tell if there's fishiness is from you or the salmon.
God.
That's good though. Good though.
We'll just assume he doesn't eat pineapple,
Let's assume. I'm gonna assume he does.
and maybe he drinks a lot of
Okay.
Red Bull.
There you go.
They are celebrities because, what's his name? Translucent.
Yeah.
He's on Jimmy Fallon, right?
Yes, he is. He's doing interviews and he's joking about how he has to be naked to be invisible.
Yeah.
And that comes into play later when he's in the bathroom with Starlight and Wonder Woman analog. What was her name?
Maven.
Yeah.
So he finds them like toward the end of the episode, right?
After the main guy, Carl Urban like convinces, he takes him to a club where superheroes are acting all debaucherous.
Oh yeah. I
Like
can't
the
live
Christian.
without
Yeah, like keep talking into the mic. You stay there. He takes him to the club and where superheroes like dive into women's vaginas if they can turn small, or the stretchy Christian guy like is like doing stretchy sex with like 3 dudes. I mean, it's a great scene. I love it. Like the flying one is having sex in the air.
Well, there's multiple people flying and
Oh yeah.
having sex in the air.
Listen, if you can have sex in the air, would you have sex any other place?
Yeah, it's the most realistic depiction I think of superheroes. Because do superpowers, does that make you more of a, like, we've been told that superpowers make us better people. Like, they give us better morals. We're more ethical.
Well, also remember in all those things, there are
Superman.
super villains too.
Yeah, so I don't know if that gives you
But the
morals.
supervillains didn't always have powers, like.
Well,
I
and
guess-
neither do all the superheroes.
That's true.
Except for in this story, they were injected with the compound V,
Yeah.
which turns them into superheroes.
Yeah, it does. That's later on. And that is a major spoiler. But, who cares?
Oh, yeah, that's true. I can't really remember everything that happened in the first episode.
Well, we're going to walk you through it. So basically, Carl Urban takes you to this club, and he shows them that, superheroes have a darker side. And then he takes them to the back, where they have footage of the Speedy guy talking about how he killed his girlfriend, and he doesn't
And
even
he
give
laughed.
he's
yeah,
laughing.
I remember that.
It's like, oh, I swallowed a molar. Like, oh.
Right. So he's like grooming Huey to try to get him
Yes.
So it's like,
be on his team,
Yeah.
which, and ultimately they're kind of like the heroes. Everything's reversed.
Right.
The heroes are the bad guys, and the normal people without powers are the good guys. They're the heroes.
Exactly.
the supervillains. So, like, when a supervillain kidnaps, I think this is a spoiler for the second episode.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring it up, but it's really good, so I'm going to bring it up here.
Okay, bring it up.
Happens in the second episode. They get translucent. They take him to their evil
Oh, no,
lair.
they get him in the first episode. They grab
At the end of the episode, like, they beat his ass.
So yeah, I like
They
that
put
because
him in a trunk.
here let's get to that then. Let's work our way to that. So he convinces them to take the money, but he wants an apology so he can get into like superhero headquarters.
Yeah.
And so he's sitting there like here's a bug, and Carl Irving had sold himself as like an FBI CIA agent or whatever, and we find out later that's a lie. But he gives them a bug and it's like put him in their council chamber so they can like listen in, and yes, invisible guy is in the bathroom spying on chicks and also sees him messing with the bug. So yeah, he takes it, he gets his fake apology from Speedy Guy, and then later on when he's back at work and Carl Irving is like, I'm not gonna, like, listen, you stay here, and yes, I'll totally call you if you want to keep helping me fight superheroes. And then the invisible guy shows up and starts beating his ass. And that gets us to where you want to be.
Yeah. So, they kidnap him, and they take him to their evil villain lair, which is kind of like a hideout that you might see in a show like Breaking Bad or something like that.
It's like an old
It's
chicken
like an
place.
old kitchen, right?
Yeah, it's like
It's
a
an
fast
old
food
kitchen.
place. Yeah.
It's an
No,
old
don't
abandoned-
skip over the great part where Carl Irving kicks the crap, hits the invisible guy with a car. He's in there, and Carl Irving can tell like this guy's getting his ass kicked by an invisible guy,
Yeah.
and so he just drives his rust bucket like Ford shit box in through the front of this electronics store and hits him with a car.
Yeah.
And so they get into a fight, and Carl Urban gets beat a bunch, but then he gets a mouthful of blood and then spits on him. And that's how he spots him. It's like spits blood, and it's like, oh, there you are, and then he can like knock him down. But he still like has impervious skin apparently, because that's how his skin works.
Right. Was it? Well,
But
I
it's
won't give
still
it. I won't give it away where they put the bomb.
Yeah.
Susceptible to electricity still.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're trying. Yeah, they put him in the cage.
Yep.
That's electrified, so he can't get out. Something like a supervillain would do.
Exactly.
They try killing him. They shoot him with like a gun.
A 50 caliber anti-material rifle
Yeah.
with a bullet made of the same material as his skin, which I thought was great.
Which
Yeah.
ricochets off
It
of
ricochets
him and
off
almost
every-
hits them.
That was great.
And also, they're in a warehouse or whatever that's like the roof is metal or
No,
something.
he puts like a
tinfoil
tinfoil
to
like
block the signal.
right.
Yeah.
So it's in the freezer that's not functioning. So it's
Right.
just a room.
Right.
And do we want to spoil the second episode?
Well, I just wanted to bring up this point.
Oh yeah.
Is that we're used to seeing like the villain being like, haha, you'll never get out of this one, and then
Yeah.
the hero's like, you'll never get away with this.
A lot of virtue.
We're coming for you, you know.
Good.
And they have
balls,
that same exact scene, except it's like, you guys are fucking idiots. We're gonna fucking beat the shit out of you. Homelander's coming, and he's gonna kill all you.
It's like, you're not the hero. I'm the hero. You're the losers who get killed by the heroes.
Yeah.
And that was a
So
great
instead
scene.
of being like, you'll never get away with this, it was very. The melodrama is dead.
Yeah, it was
It's all gone.
it was great. So listen, I think I can really suggest the whole series. Like, honestly, there's some good shows on Prime Video.
Yeah.
And you stop banging on the
What's
desk.
the other good show on Prime Video?
I've been watching Carnival Row,
Okay.
and that's pretty cool because it's got the Fae in it. So like, they literally a chick with fairy wings flying, and she's like normal size, so it's not like
You would be
Tinkerbell.
into that.
It's like a turn of the century
What
like
was the name
setting.
of that website you were talking about earlier? The
Um,
hentai.
Oh, Hentai Haven, yeah. And I'd prefer if you not share that with our audience that I may like anime people doing sex to each other. But that's not really a hentai.
Tentacles.
Sometimes tentacles, but there's
There's different types.
There's different
yeah.
types. There's different types. No, Carnival Row really, I haven't seen that so far. Mostly it's about like class systems in like 1800s Europe and England. Yes, pick out your ear. She's digging at her ear like real
Itchy.
deep right
My
now.
ear is itchy. These headphones are making my ears sweat.
So look, yeah, that and Carnival Row, that's those are two shows that's good to watch Amazon, get an Amazon Video account for a little bit. I'm thinking about like ditching Hulu in a little bit because I'm running out of stuff I want to see on it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that with Netflix. After Stranger Things and Glow, I don't know.
I'm rewatching Deep Space Nine on Netflix right now, so I don't want to get rid of it right now.
Before you get rid of Hulu,
Yeah,
see Atlanta.
Atlanta. Oh yeah, I got to see that, don't I?
Yeah, Atlanta's a good one.
Okay.
That's the one with the rapper / comedian / actor,
Childish Gambino. Yeah.
Mr. Gambino. Yes, that actually he's really funny. I like everything he's in.
Yeah.
So okay, I'll watch
pretty-
Atlanta, then I'll get rid of Hulu. At least for a while. Like, you should cycle through these things.
Yeah.
All right, listen. We're coming up on it, so how about we do a little bit of news, and then we'll call this a show.
All right.
See, this looks like something I would have done. I was in a performance art group. We did weird shit like this.
That's where the situation only gets stranger.
Okay, so here.
He's committed to his.
Okay, so now that you know what the basic story is, so he's going around. He's apparently so this TV-headed guy, he'll take tube TVs and he'll dress up in like with gloves and a jumpsuit with a TV on his head.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll walk up to places with a Ring doorbell,
Mm-hmm.
drop off a tube TV, wave, and then just F off.
Mm-hmm.
And so my question is this really good performance art or just someone being creepy on purpose?
I think really good performance art could be creepy and makes you feel something. It
That's true.
makes you question what it means. It makes you think. It reminds me of a performance art group I was in called Club Animals
Yeah.
when I was in New York. And unfortunately, we broke up and later formed a group called MEAT, which stands for Mascots, Entertainment, Arts, and Theatrics.
Really getting her plugs in.
Yep. Basically, the gist of it was that we just wore animal, like, walkabout heads, you know,
Right.
like from, like, SeaWorld mascot heads.
Yeah, I think you
We
still
were
have one of those.
mascots, not furries. I just want to make that
Make
point
that
very
perfectly
clear. Yeah.
Mascots, not furries. Let's not get those two mixed up.
Right. And so we would just do really random stuff that didn't really make a sense. There was really no purpose to it except for entertainment. And I think part of art is that there is no purpose besides it being art. That's what the definition is to me. One of the definitions is that
Well,
that's the only function it can serve is to be art.
That makes sense. And what I want to know is, Did you think this? I think this guy might have just decided to do a really interesting performance art piece because he happened to have a crap load of tube TVs for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I heard about like some people are having they got a bunch of old tube TVs because they thought they'd be able to recycle them, and then they realized I can't recycle these.
So there's an art installation. I used to do art out in East Jesus, out in Slabs,
Yeah.
which is outside of Nyland in California. And an artist out there called Flip Cassidy would take old tube televisions. He would replace the glass with wood, and he would paint different things on it, like...
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and so there's a whole wall of these tube televisions out in the desert, and they have different things you might hear on television, or just different... Some of them are pictures, some of them are stick figures drawn on there. Really interesting, and it's really famous, actually, worldwide. Good place to drop off. He would drive around LA too and just pick up tube televisions. And it's pretty tall. I mean, I want to say it's about 7 feet tall, probably at least 10 feet long.
And that's pretty awesome.
So of all the he was like checking off all the ways he can get rid of his
Get
tube
rid of all
TVs.
his tube TVs. So either he's just a really
like-
talented artist who's like scrounging for TVs, or some schmuck who thought he could like make money off TVs and is now just dumping them in the most ironic way, or maybe not ironic, but artistically inspired way possible.
I think he's a parallel universe. In a parallel universe, there is a TV mascot out there, and the commercials always had him dropping off TVs for free.
Yeah.
In the commercials,
Uh-huh.
so it's like, "Welcome to TV. I'm TV Man, and I'm gonna give you some TVs." And then like it's
We're
like
getting really
advertising the like the Circuit City of that universe.
Yeah, we're getting really Rick and Morty in here, and I like it.
Yeah, and so like people watching that were like, "Oh, cool! TV Man gives me TVs for free." But like when they actually go to TV Land, they have to buy their TVs.
Yeah.
And he doesn't deliver it to their door randomly like on the commercials.
False advertising.
But in this universe, he does.
Oh, it's backwards.
All right, you know what? I think
So we get the real TV guy. So like some other universe is Captain Crunch,
Oh, that's,
or like has a rabbit that's actually trying to get tricks.
right.
You know.
It's
Or
a literal
Easter,
rabbit.
Deliver Easter eggs.
All right, I don't think we can do any better than that. Multi-dimensional television mascots. So I'm going to call it a podcast. I'm your host, Spike.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Victor.
Thanks for tuning in to Super Awesome Showdown's Offshoot Transmit Podcast.
Bye.
Bye.